Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and I've got a new pattern for you guys, a new pattern release, and it's so good and I've been holding on to this one for a while and been dying to share this with you. So behold, the newest cashmerette regular catalog pattern. This is the Everett Pants and Shorts. So regular catalog, meaning it's just you can go on, buy the pattern. It's not part of their club. So anyone has access to it. I have a coupon code. So if you guys are curious, don't forget my tomcatstitchery.com, my website /resources. You can find all of my coupon codes over there. In fact, it's even worth if going over there and just taking a look-see because we've got new ones that pop up all the time. So definitely worth it. And then some of my other favorites and that sort of thing. So if there's something I mentioned and you can't really remember, it's a great spot to go over and check out. So just as a reminder there. Okay, this is the Everett Pants and Shorts. Absolutely obsessed with it. Let's talk about the pattern. I have a full sew along for it on the channel, walking you through how to do the pants and then how to attach the cuffs to the shorts so you can make either view very, very easily. So this is an elastic waist pattern that features a very small little paper bag, like 3/8 of an inch. It is not a big paper bag at all, but just kind of a nice little detail. I have a very short torso. Paper bag waists do not work on me ever, but this is just like a little bitty ruffle at the top and it works just fine. Absolutely love these. It features really like banded pockets here. In fact, I'm going to take the shorts off the mannequin so that you guys can see some of the details. So it's got these banded front pockets, as you can see here. And then it features back pockets, like just patch pockets there on the back. Elastic all the way around. And then an option for, if the shorts, you can do these cuffs that are here at the bottom, which are really lovely. And optional belt loops and belt. Like a tie belt, if that's something that you really like. Anyway, I've done the belt loops and belt on this one and not on the shorts. Okay, I'll just hold these. I'll just hold these. Okay, so what kind of fabric do you want to use to make your Everetts? Any medium weight bottom weight fabric is fantastic. This pair, that is the pair that I made in the sew along, is a linen blend, an embroidered linen blend, and you will notice that it matches my cashmerette Thorndike tank, and maybe I made these as sets. I just really love it. I love them together. And I think they were designed where you could wear them together as a really cute matching set if you would like. So excellent, excellent. Anyway, so for fabrics, linen, obviously this is in just a regular 100% linen. Linen is beautiful, lightweight denim. I wouldn't use anything too heavy because you do have the gathering with the elastic at the waist, but I would say a 6 ounce, maybe even an 8 ounce bottom weight you would be fine with. As far as denim, cotton twill would be really, really lovely. Rayon twill would be really lovely. Or a viscose twill, something along those lines. Honestly, if you wanted to take these into cooler months, you could even do it in a wool suiting if you wanted to. If that doesn't bother you and make you itchy. I don't know that I would line these pants, but usually wool suitings, like a worsted wool suiting, would be very, very slick. You could do it in something like that if you so wanted to. I think you could do like silk. If you wanted to do like a raw silk, you could make a really cool pair of pants. What else? Like a 4-ply silk. If you want to get really, really fancy, 4-ply silk would be gorgeous in these. That might be a little bit fancier than an elastic waist pant that you want to make, but yeah, you could absolutely do that. So anyway, sky's kind of the limit. For the time of year we're in right now, linen is absolutely my go-to and my absolute favorite, and I will choose it every time. I love the rumpled look of linen. I know not everyone does. I don't want it creased, but I like that rumpled look. I find it relaxed and it just reminds me of summer, and I love wearing linen in the summer. I find it so cooling, and it's one of my favorite things to wear. So anyway, and I'm going to give you a tip about pants with linen here in just a second. It's a question I get asked a ton. So anyway, I made the straight size 10 on these for my size. Typically, I grade out to a 12 at the waist. I said this in the Thorndike video as well, but typically I grade out to the 12 at the waist. But because this is an elastic waist pant, I just made the straight size 10. It's just easier. So I made the straight size 10, and then I just adjusted the elastic to fit my waist comfortably. So it was longer than the elastic length that a size 10 would take, if that makes sense. So it doesn't gather quite as much, but it's very comfortable on my waist and works really perfectly. So you can have a little bit more wiggle room when it comes to elastic waist pants. And if you're someone who has a waistline that likes to expand and contract and do all the things throughout the course of the day, especially when hot weather, makes your inflammation flare up, and then all of a sudden you have a much larger waist at one point in the day, and then it goes back to normal and yada yada. Elastic is our friend. So absolutely, I love an elastic waist short or pant, especially in the summer. So I've made 2 pairs of these, obviously. I've made the shorts and I've made the pants. I would change nothing about the pants. Absolutely love everything about it. Now, if I made another pair of the pants, I don't know that I would do the belt loops and the belt, only because that is just, I'm not typically accentuating that part of my body, just because I'm very straight through my waist and hips. It's just preference. But if I were someone that liked to show off my waist, I would absolutely do the belt loops and belt every single time. They're not hard. I walk you through it in the sew along. Absolutely love these. The shorts. I'm showing these as is because I want to give a great depiction of exactly how the pattern is drafted. They're a little long on me. Now, keep in mind, I am only 5'2". So, pant length, short length, I mean, that can be very different for me than the pattern is drafted for someone that's 5'6". That is going to have a longer leg. Now, proportionately, I do have long legs and like all of my height of what there is in my legs, and I have a very short torso. So a lot of times I don't have to make too many adjustments to my shorts, but I would like these to be a little bit shorter because I've got short legs and, compared to regular people that might be 5'6". I do have to be careful with hem length. And we all do. I feel like we all need to be careful with hem length, and it comes along with what you're comfortable with, but also, what you like, where you like seeing your shorts on your leg. I love the length of, these are the Itch to Stitch Belize shorts, and I love the length of these. It's long enough that I don't get the shorts riding up when I walk, but still gives me enough leg to show. So what I think I'm going to do, in hindsight, to the pattern, I would slash the pattern at the leg and shorten it there so that I could keep the cuffs. But because I didn't do that, I'm actually just going to have to take the cuffs completely off because the cuffs will not fit when I take this up. It's going to be a different circumference of the pant leg when I take it up, and then the cuff is not going to fit. So I'm just going to take the cuffs off for this pair. But on the pattern, if I were to slash the pattern and then make my adjustment to shorten the leg, that bottom hem that gets sewn to the cuff would stay the same circumference, if that makes sense. And so I could still use the cuff. So, but for a pair of shorts that are already made, and I really want to make these, again, I think I'm just going to cut the cuff off. Honestly, I feel like holding these up at my natural waist and feeling where the current shorts are hitting me, they hit me right at about the top of the cuff here. So I really think if I cut the shorts off right there at that, the top of the cuff, and then just do a narrow hem, I'll probably be good to go. So that's probably what I will do. Just so it's a length that I'm a little bit more comfortable with, that I like to wear on my leg. But just keeping that in mind that, I could have tried these on before I finished the cuff, and then I would have known. Again, I wouldn't have been able to put the cuff on because I would have changed the circumference of the leg by just taking the hem up from the hem. But anyway, it would have saved me time sewing the cuff on. But I did really want to show you guys how the pattern was drafted so that then you can make your own educated decision on if you want to leave as is, which I think looks great on all the models. And again, when your legs are longer, it's a different story. But yeah, I am going to take the hem up on these. Other than that, absolutely am obsessed with these. Love, love, love. This linen came from the fabric store down in New Zealand. I've had it in my stash for quite a few years now. They still have some of their linen in gingham, but not the navy. They don't have the navy anymore. I also have this in the rust and white colorway, and I think I have 3 meters of that colorway. This I just had 2 meters of. So I used almost all of it for this pair of shorts and for my Thorndike tank. I've got a sizable amount that I'll probably use for bias tape, honestly. Just like a couple of odd larger pieces that could either be good pocket linings or bias tape. So it's in my scrap bin for use for that. But so glad to have this fabric out of my stash and on my body. It feels like summer to me. It feels a little bit patriotic, you know, the navy blue and white. But I could absolutely, you know, wearing it with a red top maybe. But I can see myself wearing these really all summer long. And honestly, these will go into the fall easily. Easily. These will go into the fall. Throw a cardigan on with a little t-shirt, a jean jacket, or any kind of jacket over them. You know, go from a sandal to like a closed-toed shoe. Easy to do transition. So if you're someone that likes to sew earlier than when you need it, so that your clothes are ready when the season is here, and you've already started sewing for fall, fantastic pattern for that as well. But also really lovely for summer. So this is the new Everett Pants and Shorts. Again, I have a full sew along over here on the channel for you to follow along all the little odds and ends and walk you through hand holding all the way through the entire process. But that is it for me today, folks. I hope you have enjoyed this one. Are you going to give this pattern a try? It's so comfortable, and again, I made 0 alterations to it, other than I am going to shorten the shorts. So, yeah, that is it for me today. I hope you are staying cool wherever you are. I hope you are getting some sewing in wherever you are. And until next time, happy sewing. Bye.